All right, ready?
Yeah.
Got a bit or no?
No.
All right, that's
I'm out.
fine.
I'm out of bits.
You don't need one. It's fine. People will like you for who you are.
Not the bits that I bring.
No.
Uh.
Trust me. You are... I can't say that with a straight face.
What does that mean?
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is One of One, but you can call me Seven.
Not gonna introduce me? I'm back. It's me, Vince. Hello. How's it going?
You go, man. You guys can't see the mic.
Oh. Hey. Dude.
London!
London!
Oh. We're back in Citizen Sleeper. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We have done the majority of the things that we... Wow.
Yeah.
That's so little.
We have
compared to...
We have basically, like, we are in the end game. There's like a couple of like ending things we can do. I think there's more to do after fixing up the side reel. Yeah. But we're kind of focusing on the DLC right now because it's very much cycle locked. And we have a lot of stuff to do.
And there are 3 episodes to the DLC.
Yes. I highly doubt we have to do all 3 episodes in 7 cycles.
No.
We do have a 7 cycle.
We got a lot of stuff to
right
do
now. So
it's, yeah, we have to see. We have to figure it out. We're gonna do Peak's Peak's plan first.
Just I'm afraid that maybe after we complete it, we might have
cycle
they
clock.
might have a cycle clock in between.
We need to figure it out.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Oh, good day. Good day.
Not too bad. Not too
right.
bad. We got our coordinate intel for us in Peak. Let's see what they have to. Some careful sabotage to the coordinate systems should create a sensor gap that will allow the Briar to bypass the automatic quarantine systems.
Okay. Creating blind spot.
Ash makes her run, but we need to not arouse Havenage suspicion. At the same time, we've got the crew canteen, which lets us get a tug escort all across the cordon. Havenage security. Still, all of this is arousing Havenage suspicion, and because it's a cordon, I imagine that's why it's only 4. So we really can't afford to screw this up. Oh, deflecting suspicion.
That's how we reduce suspicion.
Got it. And then we've got Havenage Hangar. Slice thrusters. The tugs have a powerful suite of ion thrusters for rapid maneuvering. If you can sneak in and slice some off, you'll have a significant upgrade for the Briar. Oh, we're stealing.
Yeah.
And we're taking these thrusters from the tugs and putting them on the Briar.
Yeah. Man, all this is so hard and we have such bad rolls.
But, you know, at the very least, we've got +2 in engineering up there, +2 in interface here, and what are we looking at here? +1 for Intuit. All right.
Maybe with a 6.
Oh God, dude, there's not enough time. We're almost halfway done.
Yeah.
And we don't even have the water done.
Yeah.
Ah, Christ. I think we're gonna have to start taking risks.
Yeah.
Which maybe they kind of were banking on that, huh?
Yeah.
Possibly. All right, let's do this.
So you're gonna do that one there? Okay, hear me out, right?
Yeah.
Next day, if we don't get, can we buy scrap?
Oh yeah, we need to figure that out.
Because if not, it might be worth to scavenge with 1 die to ensure that we have a full 5 the next time. Oh, then we kind of. Well,
yeah.
Because then we're wasting die on it. But if we can.
Oh, we can buy scrap here, I think.
Oh, thank God! Yeah.
Yeah. Where's our money? So much of it.
This is okay. Huge. Glad that this is how it turned out.
I'm actually really surprised that this cycle that this showed up.
Yeah.
I'm really glad. Well, it's also because we've invested in it already.
Yeah.
So we might as well just finish it.
I don't think it really matters much if we can't get through. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. We should finish it, right?
Sure.
It's right here. We're gonna be investing.
I don't know.
In it anyway.
I'm now scared of everything, man. All right.
It's
Let's
fine.
Go talk to Ash.
Tucked into a service corridor deep below the reservoir, Ash is double-checking the seals on the water tanks loaded onto the motorized trolley. Though you are far enough away from any thoroughfares not to worry about being overheard, you both still speak in hushed tones. Hey, you know what's really funny? I forgot about the explosives that we found in the hold.
Yeah, the
of
explosives
the Briar.
that were just there.
Yeah, and when we asked Ash was just like, it's normal supplies.
Yeah, like, oh, cool.
And we're like, all right,
that sounds
Ash.
like normal
This
supplies.
is fine. I'll leave it to you for this one.
How do we stay silent? We don't want to speak, right?
Sure.
It's kind of.
Ash hits the ignition on the trolley to start it moving. You take the other side of the trolley and walk it up the wide service corridor, with its flickering lights and Solheim detritus. You doubt it gets used by Havenage, at least that's the hope. You glance across at Ash, her face a mask of determination as she guides the trolley along. Maybe some conversation will make this journey go a little easier.
Yeah.
How'd you meet Peak?
Yeah.
Ash pauses, a little surprised by your question. She glances back down the tunnel, but in this deserted passage, she can hardly keep up the pretense of silence.
We were up together.
She answers quickly and turns back to the trolley, but she can tell you are expecting her to add more. She seems to gather herself for an answer, not wanting to ignore you, but trying instead to get her answer straight in her head.
Our outpost, Hawthorne, is not an easy place to grow up.
The administrators, so I thought this was, I don't know, I thought...
The administrators kept a tight hold of everything.
She rolls her eyes.
Even though they're trapped in the same decaying installation as everyone else. Peak.
She pauses.
Peak found it harder than most.
She pauses again, judging her words.
I stepped in to help them out.
Silence descends again, but you can feel the wheels turning in Esh's mind as the creaking wheels of the trolley take you along the corridor.
Peak isn't the most practical of people. They used to be... Well, they needed someone to teach them to look after themselves, stand up for themselves. That was me.
She smiles.
After that, I couldn't get rid of them.
Ash stops talking, but you see her eyes have lit up, and you imagine she is recalling some moment or other from her and Peak's past. You both reach a wide bulkhead doorway and have to stop to shimmy the trolley over the edge. When you are done, Ash turns to you.
I'm good from here. Head back.
And with that, she is gone, moving off into the dark tunnel ahead. You watch her go and then turn around and walk the distance back to the staircase you entered from, the tunnel humming around you as you do. As you walk, you try to piece together Esh's past, but all you have are glimpses of a person she once was. She seems to prefer it that way.
You got a weird Oh, we got another drive?
Yeah.
Really? It's a
no,
drive
complete.
I know.
So now that means we're done with, yep.
The Briar's Hold.
Okay. So now it's all up to us on this side
Yes.
over here, which means, okay, let's look at our upgrades.
We got one.
We got the one. Nothing.
Nothing with it.
Cool. We want to get into it up to 3,
Yes.
don't we? Yep. Okay, cool. So,
let's start with something, huh?
let's just, the one that we're worse with right now because we have
Yeah,
5s.
which I think is Crew Canteen.
I believe because we need to
but
convince
yes,
people with Intuit. Yep. So we got this, and then we got this, and then we're done for the day. We go to bed. We're fine because we're only starving tomorrow, right?
Yeah, the good news is I don't think you get Havenish suspicion for the crew thing.
Yeah.
No.
Do we just try?
No! Do you want to risk getting 2 and then have us not being able to do anything?
We didn't get 2 before though.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? If it happens, I'm killing you.
You know what? I'm willing to take that bet.
Sure. Ruin the run. Ruin the run.
We can't get 2. It says.
Sure.
We got a negative outcome
Okay.
before.
Do it. Do it. I want you to hit the button. I'll do it with you. I'll put my hand over yours. We can do it together.
No, it's okay. I'm strong enough. Oh God, please.
We took condition damage because we had no energy.
We did. We didn't get to Havenage suspicion, so you can't kill me. Spreading out the, does it matter? That's the question, right? Shouldn't we just focus each one down as we go?
Yeah.
Why are you saying it like that?
What do you mean? I just said yes, I'm agreeing, man.
I'm tense, I'm scared.
Ah!
This is tearing us apart!
Why'd they make the DLC so much harder than the actual game? Why are our rolls so bad?
Imagine if we tried this earlier in the game.
The worst. Actually terrible.
Yeah, actually terrible, 100%. Peak is waiting for you when you slip out of the operations center, nervously poking at their small slate. Sleeper, they hiss. Sleeper, they hiss. I followed what you were doing on the network. Incredible work. How do you do that?
They're natural.
Comes naturally. Peak smiles. I can't tell if that's modesty or just the truth. Interfacing skills like that? It's almost worth being. Oh! Hey, are you being racist right now? Sorry, I didn't mean.
Dude, nothing is worth being.
Are you gonna say it?
Yeah, a little bit. Kind of sucks.
Peak nods, unsure what to say. You and Peak quietly slip into the main walkway and work your way back to the public areas of the cordon. Haven just had to quickly respond to the flotilla's arrival, and that means a lot of contractors and spacers walking through these corridors. You blend in easily enough.
You?
I haven't really met a sleeper before, Peak begins, as you might have guessed. They smile nervously. Hawthorne is an XPR service outpost, and since the collapse, no one came for refueling or repairs anymore. So my generation has never met anyone outside the company. We heard about sleepers, they nod in your direction, from the data packets that come through from XPR every once in a while. They usually contain news along with the corporate propaganda, but the reports were light on the details. SNARP have kept the sleeper program pretty quiet anyway, and I think XPR are only interested in telling their employees about it because it made living in our company town look like a good life in comparison to being a piece of corporate property. Man, they are really stepping in it, huh?
Dog.
They're doing their best.
Like...
Sorry, again, I don't mean...
Homie just, launched a full, paragraph. Like,
Yeah.
dude, sleepers, dog ass.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
Yeah.
Didn't mean that.
They looked down. I'm just not sure how to talk about this stuff.
I could just like, maybe. Nah.
Neither do I,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Peak smiles. Glad I'm not alone. I'll shut up about it now. You walk on a little further, the walkway becoming busier. You both relax a little more and go with the flow of people. I just want to say, I think I understand. They begin again. Clearly, this has been on their mind. I understand the need to escape, to get free of it all. They laugh at themselves. The structures, the systems, the company horizons in a company town, they stare ahead. The small places, small corridors, small people. The slow death it brings. That's it. I get why you signed up to be a sleeper and why you escaped from that too. It's you.
I mean, I don't understand what they're trying to say. Give me a second.
They're trying to say, like, they understand why we might have signed up to escape by being a sleeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing that it's just like, because it's not as simple as that, right? Because we aren't the person that signed up to be a sleeper.
No.
We are our own person now.
Correct.
So I would like to say it's not as simple as that.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Peak looks a little crestfallen. I know, I'm just saying they falter and give up. You walk in silence again, each of you in their own thoughts, but moving together through space nonetheless. After a while, you come to the entrance to the cordon, where handfuls of workers and crews filter in and out through two huge loading bay doors. Okay, they pause. I'm heading back to the Briar. Once again, incredible work on the sensors. That blind spot you created, that should give us a real advantage. See you soon. They head off, disappearing into the crowd almost immediately, outrunning their own nervousness. Poor Peak.
I feel a little bad, but also...
I mean, I guess it's not like that, but also...
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't need to say it like
Maybe
that.
that's...
It's okay, though. We're almost done getting a crew in as well.
Sure.
Just 2 more good dice rolls. All right, well, now I feel like we really can't... We have no margin for error.
We have to re-roll.
So we do have to re-roll, and we got another 2. Cool. A rapid burst of movement catches your attention. A drone, its fins adjusting as it hovers in place, floats in the corridor.
Wacko, I ain't dealing with all that.
Hello? The drone shifts a little, but does not respond. The drone buzzes closer, and a voice gurgles out of its speaker, distorted and strange. Sleeper, come to the cordon. It's just like, really, we need to speak you.
Yeah. Who is this?
The drone clicks in whirs, and the recording starts playing again. You move closer, and the drone bobs away to a safe distance, but as it does, you see the HA, the Ha of Havenage, emblazoned on its side. Could this be Fang's drone? Satisfied, it has delivered its message. The drone rotates and accelerates away as rapidly as it arrived. Hoping for some insight that escapes you. To the cordon, then.
Okay.
We were going there anyway.
Yeah. Oh, wait, go down. I'm scared. Go down. Go down. How many? Okay.
Oh my god.
3 days to do 2 plans. We're almost done with 1. Possible. Let's talk first, huh?
As you enter the passage that leads through the cordon, a flash of movement catches your eye. The drone. It stops to make sure you've seen it, and then flits into a side passage, leading to a set of narrow stairs. You climb up through a dark shaft, the drone stopping at each landing to check you are following. Despite its lack of expression, there's something overbearing about the way the drone waits, impatiently realigning its fins in sequence. After a long climb, you come out onto an observation platform. The cordon and the vast, ramshackle refugee ships beyond fill your vision. The scale seems impossible, and immediately you feel small and naive for even thinking you could affect this situation. Something shifts nearby. The drone again?
Someone else?
Whoa, who are you? Helene. A woman is standing at the window at the edge of your vision. You aren't surprised you didn't notice her. She too seems impossibly small in the shadow of the flotilla. The drone buzzes by her shoulder and she turns. I think I can take it.
Sure.
Sleeper, sorry for all of the cloak and dagger nonsense, but I've never regretted being cautious. She smiles a tight smile and holds out a hand. I'm Helene.
It's only polite.
Yeah. The tight smile holds, but the drone keeps its single eye fixed on you. The effect is a little unnerving. Whoa. Look. She glances around the empty observation deck as if checking for potential eavesdroppers. Let's be straight with each other. I know about your plans, and she cuts in before you can respond. I understand your motives. You look at her in her overalls, the yellow markers, the HA sigil. You've been on the eye long enough to recognize a Havenage member when you see them.
You are Haven.
You are Havenage. Yes, I mean, I expect that is obvious. The tight smile again. I hope you won't hold that against me.
No, we're kind of homies with Havenage people, I think.
She glances around nervously and moves a little closer. This entire situation, I'm not here to defend it. No one is happy about this. Then release the flotilla.
Yeah, pretty easy.
How do you think this works?
Probably press a couple of buttons.
Sleeper, tell me something. What does Havenage mean to you? What a great question. What a great question
we could just
for
be like
us.
Hardenhurst. bit.
Oh, man. I think it definitely is, for us, especially because of what we've gone through with Fang, a work in progress,
It is a work
right?
in progress, yeah.
Fair, I think. Havenage is used to being criticized. In some ways, we invite it. Our members are free to bring up grievances at any meeting, to propose new structures and approaches. She shifts her weight impatiently. As a counselor, it is my duty to listen to them. That is why I was elected by the members. We are an imperfect system, yes, and each counselor, each member, each representative can be flawed and worse.
Partners.
But we keep this place running. That is what we do.
Yeah, and what about non-members, huh?
There are paths to membership, and we cannot force everyone on the station to join us. What do you expect? We are an association of individuals. We cannot always account for the needs of those outside that structure, no matter how much we wish to. Can the Eye take in thousands of refugees safely? I don't know. This place is a ruin, Sleeper. What do you think the council discusses? The price of Jarol?
Maybe.
We make plans to keep this place spinning, to keep life support working, to ensure... Helene's slate chirps, and a grim look passes across her face as she sees the notification. She looks tired, the screen light casting her rigid expression in a pale glow. Sleeper, I didn't bring you here to explain how Havenage works. I came to talk about your plan to cross the cordon, breach the quarantine, and supply the flotilla. She looks directly at you. She knows 100% exactly what we are doing, down to a T.
What's a flotilla?
Well, not that dumb.
Is that like a tortilla?
Oh my god.
Dude, not that dumb. Yeah, true.
How do you know?
Yeah.
How do you...
We're so good at our job. How did you figure it
She
out?
doesn't strike me as the type of person to just bluff us like that.
No.
Right?
No, I don't know. Hey, yeah, how? Actually, it's kind of concerning that
How
she
do
does
you know? I make it my job to know
drones?
what happens here.
Damn.
I know you think you are helping the flotilla, but you cannot do this. Right now, halfway across or along the ring, one of a countless series of debates are being held. These debates are to evaluate the potential harm that could be caused if the refugees of the flotilla are left to enter the station. These debates are at a standstill. Too many in the Havenage Council think of the flotilla as a threat. After recent events, a hardline group has emerged. Protective, selfish. They seek only to benefit the members. In their mind, the flotilla is a danger to life on the Eye. If you are caught crossing the cordon and breaching the quarantine, it will only strengthen the hardline counselor's case. Criminals who stole a ship from XPR undermine the security of the station? It's exactly what they want. It's crazy because this is a situation we would not have known is developing across the...
So, I feel like this is one of those things where if we mess up, this is what it turns into and makes it harder for us in the future.
But at the same time, it's
if we
like...
don't mess up, then we're chilling, because then they're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't even know if that's necessarily true because we don't know what the situation is like on the other side.
No.
We don't know what the situation is like where they're like intaking all of these people.
Yeah. Again, it's worse for the overall well-being of the people that are currently on the Eye and maybe unsustainable. But the alternative is what? Leave them...
To die here?
To die?
Essentially? Or like just... Well, I don't even know if it's to die.
We don't know.
We really don't know.
They're just here. Well, they're refugees. They're escaping somewhere.
Yes.
Dude, ish you, not ish me. Get shit on, loser. Yeah, they need supplies still.
The refugees do need supplies. They do, and that's exactly what I want to give them. But unless the quarantine is lifted through a fair process, they will never get them. To be fair, Ash and Peak have sort of pushed this very hard.
Yeah, they did.
Without any alternative, so to speak. And those XPR spacers you're running with, Sleeper, do you know anything about them? More than I know about you.
Yeah, that is true.
She looks at you pleadingly. Let's change that, Sleeper. Why do you think the refugee flotilla came here now? Something is happening in the system. Something is pushing people out of colonies and outposts that have survived since Solheim collapse. We need to be ready for whatever's coming. Ready to protect the Eye. I know the Eye means something to you. I know there's a reason you are still here. Help me protect it. Helene fixes you with a strong look. Persuade those spacers that this is the wrong move, that they will get caught, and the flotilla will be locked down. That Havenage will be delivered into those with the worst instincts. So here's the idea, right? The idea is that if we do convince them that this is the wrong way to go about things, we are placing our trust in somebody that we do not know, that we have just met.
All we know is that she is part of Havenage.
She...
Havenage doesn't really get things done.
Well,
Havenage is too big and has too many people that make decisions.
But at the same time, it's one of those things where once things do get done, then it's like really in there.
Yeah, but God, that means like
I mean,
weeks
look,
and months,
if,
cycles.
If best case scenario, Helena's a homie, right?
Sure.
We've got Feng too, and while Feng is on systems, it's not like he can do nothing. We know that. Maybe he comes back into play.
Maybe.
This is a DLC.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he'll come back into play in the DLC because I think there's a chance that Fang does not get out from the quest line that we had with him, and therefore they wouldn't be able to make something. So
I don't know. It's
strong
3
and
episodes,
different.
and I feel like there are like flags that if we trigger them, and Feng is okay.
I don't know. I think they're all kind of.
But
within their own
she is right though.
storylines.
At least our character too. We care about the eye.
Yeah.
We do. Like actually.
Yeah.
Like there is no like ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like a because we chose to come back here.
Yeah.
Like we
chose not to get. Well, technically, if we chose to come, we'd stay with the eye even further than where we are.
but
right now.
not in a way that we can
Yeah.
necessarily completely influence it the way
Yeah.
that this is, you know?
Well, what? Yeah, that's right. Hold on.
Forget this suicidal supply run with people you barely know. Help me fight for the eye.
Why don't you stop?
Yeah, why don't you stop them? If I expose the plan, it's the same as if it goes ahead and they are caught. Every way I look at it, the eye looks compromised, the quarantine justified. The hardliners get their scapegoat. Don't offer up the excuse the hardliners need to lock the flotilla out altogether, to persuade the members they are the safest pair of hands. She looks at you imploringly. Please. This woman is desperate.
Yeah.
You look at her.
Yeah.
You look back at her in the flotilla behind and sense a desperation in her plea. A notification breaks through the silence. Shit. She rapidly scrolls through pages of data. Sleeper, I need to go. She looks torn. Think about this, please. Talk to the spacers, help them see reason. And she quickly leaves the observation deck before you have time to respond. You stay for a moment, watching the lights of the tugs in the flotilla, and wonder what it feels like to be on one of those ships, so close to your destination, and yet so far from it. And then you think of the Havenage Council chamber across the eye, where the right of these people to find safety is being debated. You shiver, and then you too are gone, back into the stairwell and the cold dark below. It's not here, right?
No. All right. Well, that means we can only do one thing. That's help him out more. Here's the thing. Right? She's right in terms of like, oh, you got to do it the right way in order to make sure everything is like fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, that means we have to waste time in which they are unable to fend for themselves and are slowly dying on a ship where they only want to be safe.
Yeah.
And we can do nothing about it, or we can do stuff about it, and we're choosing not to. You know? It's like
I have a feeling that this will give us a decision. I don't know though. I want to trust her.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. I want to trust her.
I mean, we were given obviously explosives on the Briar,
Oh my god, it's like
which is like it's very suspect, and Ash didn't tell us anything about it, but also Ash doesn't talk,
that's the worst part.
so it's like
That's
it's
the worst
within
part.
Her character.
And we've done all of the things that have to do with Ash because we're all doing stuff with Peak right now. So it's not like
Yeah.
we're gonna get more about Ash at this moment.
No.
So truly, that should be a massive red flag to us.
I don't know, or is it a red herring?
I know.
I don't know. Well, there's only one thing we can do, which is continue helping them out, because there's no other way to convince them.
You meet Peak leaning in a corner of the canteen in their typically unassuming way. It occurs to you as you approach that Peak must have had some practice at staying invisible. All good? They look up from their slate. That crew you were talking to. Will they join us? That's what they say. You aren't sure? Peak looks back at them as they disappear into the quarters of the installation. Looks like we'll have to take them at their word either way. Peak beckons for you to follow as they peel off the wall and head out into the walkway overlooking the cordon. Glad you were here to talk them into it. I never had much of a way with people. Peak smiles and looks away quickly as you walk. You and Ash seem to do okay. Peak laughs their light and easy laugh. Ash is not really like other people, which you probably noticed. If only everyone was like Ash. Wait, no, that wouldn't be good.
No.
They fade off, something drawing their attention. What I mean is, people have caused me a lot of trouble. I've had people hate me without knowing a thing about me. They tuck their hair behind an ear. I'm sure you know the feeling. Well,
I got shot at.
yeah, man, we do. Sorry to hear that. It marks you, am I right? It does.
Yeah.
You both walk in silence for a moment. Not an awkward silence, but one of solidarity. Peak leads you around a corner, heading back to the main cordon access way. I appreciate you coming in and helping us out on this sleeper. I'm talking to the crew and, well, you know. Maybe after this insane plan is done, we can talk properly. Then they keep looking ahead and you realize they are nervous. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
What secrets are you hiding, terrorist?
That's settled then, they say to the floor. I better report the news to Ash. We have ourselves a tug escort. See you soon, sleeper, and please, take care. And with that, they drift away, their head down, their gait changing as they do. Their practice invisibility shrouding them like a cape. That's kind of dope. So now all we've got is just this.
Yeah. Just throw it in, huh?
Engineering. Sorry. I keep doing that.
You've done that a lot recently.
I know, I just keep thinking that. All right, there we go. Wow,
Nice, there you
Come on, give us some scrap, please. Because we don't need it yet.
No, but we will soon.
Come on, please. Oh man.
Okay, let's go eat food. Oh, okay. At least it wasn't the drone
Okay.
person. I would have been concerned.
Sleeper, Peak is waiting for you when you leave, but they look different, pale, drawn out. You need to come up to the Briar now. Explosives, possibly.
Maybe what's happened.
Not here. Come to the ship.
Oh.
We'll be waiting. Don't take long. And with that, they disappear around the corner, leaving you anxious and confused.
Come on, man. We already got enough problems.
I am, in fact, just as the game said, anxious and confused.
Yeah.
So what it's, yeah, okay. We have 2 days, right?
Yeah. All right, Peak, what you got for us?
As you walk into the Climbing Briar's cavernous bay, now filled with crates and containers, Ash is waiting for you. In front of her, sliced open, with its inside scattered across the top of a heavy-duty crate, is an object you recognize, Helene's drone. You freeze. Come in, quick. Peak nudges you into the bay, looking behind you before sealing the entryway. We have to start being careful. You move closer to the container. Your eyes on the drone splayed out in pieces, some parts of it hooked up to a slate that Peak picks up and begins tapping away at. Ash looks up from the dissection.
That really got me. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
We got it buzzing around nearby, heading for the ship.
She leans over and taps the HA sigil on one of the removed pieces of plating.
It's a Havenage spy.
We think we got it before it sent data back, but we can't be sure. Peak looks at you nervously.
You notice anyone watching you? Any drones like this? Anyone following you up to the Briar? Okay, now we have an actual decision.
Yeah, we do have an actual decision.
I feel like we probably should. Like, because here's the downside, right? They're already hooked up to it, so if they find any data that's left on it, they'll see a conversation of us talking to the owner of the drone, as
True.
well as being, like, talking to the drone itself. So I feel like we just fess up and go, yeah, I've seen the drone before.
This doesn't necessarily mean us telling them the drone doesn't mean that if at the end of the day we can't try and convince them to not go through.
Yeah, exactly. So I think building a layer of trust and open communication is better than hiding anything.
100%. You are 100% right. I've seen this drone. Following
Yeah, following it. Yeah, I met its owner, right? We should. I feel like we gotta keep him in the loop. Like,
yes,
hey.
Yes, I met its owner. Oh, this is you. This.
Explain, Sleeper. Ooh, we should tell him. You gotta tell him.
You explain that you met with Helene at the court, and you tell Esh and Peak about what she told you. That the Havenage Council are debating lifting the quarantine, but they are blocked by the hardliners. You speak faster and faster, but before you can finish, Ash walks away in anger and then comes back again, her eyes burning. See, this is the reason I was scared of telling, because Ash is undoubtedly a hothead.
Yeah, but imagine how much worse it would be.
She'd kill us.
If in the future, if it was revealed.
But the thing is, though, like, what if this makes us act rashly, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's better.
I think we made the right choice.
I feel like it's a better choice. It's just yeah. What is this, Sleeper? You understood nothing from what we told you? Havenage are not your friends. They're administrators, which means they're interested only in their own power, their own survival, their own causes. They divide people as easily as sorting livestock. The greater good of their work demands it. The wider project of the station, the colony, the nation.
Her eyes are wide as she speaks, her anger barely contained. So this is where we feel like we can bring them together, right?
Yeah, right? She does want to help.
She does.
I don't think we should be like, oh, I don't have a choice. Oh,
yeah.
boy,
No, there is no way. Like, we really read it.
Yeah.
She's desperate
Yes.
for this.
Help what, Sleeper? Undo the mess of her own creation? She only wishes to placate you, so you'll compromise. So you'll do what's acceptable, not what's right. She's trying.
She's trying, and that's
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
you could say for a lot of people.
Let me tell you something, Sleeper.
Ash says, her rage hardening into pain.
When people become administrators, they give up something. Some part of being human, being an equal among others, goes away. They start talking about the greater good, the systems, the ways in which their hands are tied or their processes compromised. My mother was the administrator of Hawthorne, and I've seen what it did to her. That noble higher calling, it is toxic. People should never have the chance to decide the fate of others. And those that do so at a cost to their humanity.
Peak tries to cut in, but Ash holds up a hand.
Peak's like, oh, I'm actually, but... Don't start, Peak. Don't ask me to be reasonable or calm down. Thousands of people are desperate out there. Being reasonable will only prolong their suffering. That's the actual hard decision. Ooh.
I still want to trust Helene.
Me too.
But there is this whole, like, this is your side of, this is what you were saying. That they're still out there suffering.
Yeah. Why can't we do both? Why can't we be like, yeah, it's a bad move to do this, but we're still gonna do it. Just don't discredit Helene as like a valuable asset.
Well,
Oopsies.
Was that my headphones?
No.
We don't know what Ash has been through.
No.
Ash
Obviously,
most
she has
certainly is right in some way.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I'm also concerned that Ash might be a terrorist. Like, just like a little bit. I'm a little concerned about that.
But you're right, though. There is this thing to be said about doing it through the right channels, but like that never moves fast enough.
Yeah.
Not with bureaucracy.
I mean, we can still help, but still try to work with Helene, right? I don't know.
And also, like, we don't know Ash, we don't know her story, so it's not like we really can come from a place of, like, we get you, we know you.
We
well,
don't know
maybe a
Helene's
little
story.
sleeper, like, we've got that, but...
But here's the thing, going with the Helene can help angle doesn't mean, like, I trust Helene over you guys. It's like a...
She can, like...
But it's also, you're right in the sense that
I think it's good that we give Ash some pushback.
Yeah, I feel like she might need it.
She also might explode on us.
Well,
literally.
Whatever.
Literally explode
we
on
can
us.
Just die, it's fine.
Ash turns away.
I'm done with this. You're risking this entire supply run just by being here. Walks out. I go next cycle. We don't need you anymore. Get out.
Oh my god. They're not done though.
No. Yeah, but we know.
We know.
Yeah.
We know. I don't know, Sleeper. I just don't know what to do. You glance around the Bay of Briar, the walls seeming closer every second. This whole thing is closing in on you, and the question is, where do you want to be when it all collapses? You look at Peak. And what do you think, Sleeper? Should we do this thing or not?
I mean, they gotta get the supplies to them, but it means worse for them in the future. I don't know, no just feels like such a, for Helene anti-flotilla. You know what I mean?
Well, this is, they're making us make a decision. Based off of the experiences our Sleepers had. First, Ankita, first big one.
Sure.
Then Ethan.
Sure.
Maywick. And then Rabaya and Sabine. And then seeing something like Lemon Mina. And then Fang and Hardenhurst. And then Rico. Seeing life on the Eye. Knowing what it's like. Knowing how different they are from literally everyone else. And seeing how they've been treated. Even our boy Dragos. From the very beginning. Based off of all the choices that we've made, all of the ways that we finished out stories. When it comes to these two people, Peak and Esh, having come to us and been like, we need to help, and then we're like, okay, we will help.
Yeah.
We go and help them. And we start to help. And then someone from Havenage, we've worked with Havenage before, comes to us with the best of intentions from a world that has done everything it can to wipe us out. But at the same time, we've seen that with the right people and with luck, we've been able to affect change. Like, truly, we have.
Yeah.
What would our Sleeper do? I feel like this has to be less of a decision for us at this point. I think we need to figure out what our Sleeper would do. Our engineer guy, who is somehow good at everything now, after going through so much. Even Bliss, Tala, all of those people. Having lived the life that they lived on the Eye. And the Navigator, the Gardener, Ashton, the other Sleeper, the other Sleepers. I want to say they'd say no.
I would also think that we'd say no, alright.
Because what are we if not a living example of being able to, like, affect change in a way that is better in the long run?
Yeah, because it sets a poor kind of example going forward of like, okay, rushing through it's just going to be worse off for everyone involved, and what if more refugees show up in the future, you know?
Yeah.
And it'll just couldn't like, oh, everyone in Haven is already gonna be like, oh, we don't. They ruined it last time. These ones is all these new ones are also gonna ruin it. You know?
Because if we do this and they screw up, right? Because I'm pretty sure Ash is set on going next cycle now.
Yeah.
If we do this and they screw up, it perpetuates the cycle, doesn't it?
A little bit.
At least when it comes to, let's just use the term downtrodden people.
Sure. I mean,
refugees.
To be fair, we are also a refugee.
Yeah, exactly. Could this be seen as a betrayal of where we came from?
Sure, absolutely.
The worst part is, Helene is right. We don't know these people.
No, and honestly, the interactions we have been given with them, they don't really tell us anything about themselves.
No.
We get like little bits and pieces, but nothing like concrete.
But we don't know Helene either.
No.
But at the very least, Helene doesn't have a bunch of explosives on a ship.
Yeah, that part's really concerning for me. And
it is really concerning for me too.
I should not elaborate. That's like a huge issue to me.
I'd probably feel better about it if it was brought up.
Yeah, but no.
They really, if you look at it from one direction, even notwithstanding all of the relationship stuff that we've seen between Peak and Ash, and then also the premise that they've given us of where they've come from and where they are trying to go.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like Ash has like just like a murder boner for killing Havenage administrators, and will kind of, I guess, help people along the way should it serve that. You know what I mean?
It feels rash. But also, we cannot fathom what she has been through.
No.
So
all we know is that refugee, and she hates administrators. And that's kind of what we're getting. And she has bombs.
Like I said before, or rather, I was trying to say before, if we look at it from one perspective, Peak and Ash are using us without telling us anything.
Yeah, which is kind of scummy. Even when we help, they're like, we've been.
They wouldn't have been able to do this without us.
Yeah.
Surely Peak certainly recognizes how important we've been.
Yeah.
Ash feels a little.
I don't know, that's just...
Not ungrateful, it's
just not trusting.
Yeah. Maybe for a reason. Again. Regardless, I do think our sleeper would say no.
Yeah, probably.
This sucks. This is a hard decision.
Yeah.
It's definitely not an I don't know. I think we do know. No.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I was worried you would say that.
Shoots us.
To be honest with you, Sleeper, I'm not sure how we got here. I mean... I know what we did, but it is like the universe shifted under us. One moment we were escaping Hawthorne, and now we are here, and I have no idea what's coming. Do you see her? She knows how we got here. She is driving this thing forward, and she saved my life. So if your answer is no, I'm going to need you to stand back and get out of our way, because wherever she goes, that's where I'll follow. Are we committing? Are we committing?
Hey, but don't do this, though.
Don't do this.
Come on, man. Oh, no. Okay, so maybe this is instead a how do you want to do the DLC route? And it is not like that kind of thing. And either we side with Helene or we side with the refugees.
You can't ask me to do that, Sleeper. You can't. Again, the explosives cannot be overlooked.
They're but now what if, because we're pushing, what if it's better to be with them in order to monitor the use of it? Because what if all this pushback with Helene and helping out Havenage to make sure things are done properly forces Ash to become more rash and then use the explosives in a more dangerous manner? At the very least, we can work with them and therefore ensure that they don't get used misproperly.
You know what the first thing I thought of, though, was? The exact opposite of that.
Ready?
Listen, ready?
Okay.
We side with Peak and Ash.
Mm-hmm.
We get through. Oh, thank God. We did it. It's over. Explosion behind us. Ash did something to get back at... Because we didn't know anything about the explosives.
Yeah, but at least with this plan, we're only moving towards the flotilla and not further in. So if Ash wanted to do something with Havenage, she could have done so regardless. This is all just to go in and move forward with the refugees.
But what is she's going to use them, I think.
Yeah.
They're not for anything else. They're not for defense, that's for sure. In fact, actively...
What if people that aren't involved get hurt because of the rush?
What do you mean?
Like, what if trying to, Ash probably wants to blow up some administrator
I think we have already screwed it up with, I think we have shortened the cycle clock to 1.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I think we can still
Help?
get it done if we say I'm in, even if it's shortened down to 1 cycle.
That's a risk, Vince.
It is.
That's a risk, and if we go in and we don't get it done, then now we're in and we don't get it done. We have a day. We would have been able to guarantee it with 2.
Can I look it up?
No. No, we cannot.
Damn it.
We need to make a choice. And you know what they say, when you're an actor or a voice actor, you just need to make choices and make them strong.
How about we locker box to decide?
Huh?
Let's just locker box to decide.
You saying we get in the ring?
Yes.
You and me?
Yes.
You'll kill me.
Yes.
So we should just say I'm in.
With that logic, it's crazy. I mean, I guess that is kind of the answer. Huh? No, we can discuss this like rational individuals, I suppose, maybe.
There is something to be said for the idea that we make it as clean and sleek as possible, but now at this point, I don't trust Ash. I trust Peak,
Yeah.
but Peak trusts Ash.
Yeah.
Do you trust Ash?
I don't trust Ash, but I trust in Ash.
I get what you mean.
I trust Ash to follow her character, but I don't trust Ash's words. I mean, it's gonna happen regardless of what we do. They're gonna go through with it. It's just, do you want to be on their side when it happens, or do you want to be on Helene's side when it happens? I'm also kind of curious to look up and just see what people have more of a connection towards the story, if with the Helene side or the Peak and Ash side. That's what I want to know, is if people go, I think Helene's story is weak versus I think Peak and Ash's side of the story is weak. You know what I mean?
I know, but we need to make our choice before we even look at any of that. This sucks. Ugh. God. I just want to see what it's, because we've done so much sneaking around, so much like all of this stuff where we're doing espionage and like, I want to see what it's like above board.
Yeah.
But is the lesson then that nothing above board ever works?
And bureaucracy, yes. There is good news. If we completely destroy whatever's going on with the eye, we can just leave. It's like, dang. All right, tried our best.
Lemon Mina!
Let's go.
Let's get on the side reel, huh?
Ah, new horizons, huh?
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
What's your final vote, Vince? What's your final vote? You gotta make a decision.
My vote is that I'm in. I feel like Peak and Ash are more developed as characters than Helene will be, and I feel like they needed to make Helene as a empathetic character that wants to do the right thing, but through the right channels.
I think that I think with her, she's one of those things. This is a 3-episode DLC. I think we get the payoff with her later. And we have to take that risk. Again, man, the explosive barrels really just red flag. They skeeve me out so badly. Yeah.
But what if it's a red herring? That's my concern. Is that what if we get duped? They do a little twist and pull.
All right, so you tell me. What is the worst case scenario when we say I'm in? First off, we have to even assume that we manage it.
Okay. So worst case scenario that we go with I'm in.
Yeah.
We are now also a 2, which is also kind of cool. Worst case actual scenario is that we've been debating over this, and no matter what we say, they go too much damage has been done, and then we can't actually join them.
I know, right?
And if that happens, we'll just cut all of our bickering out and just cut to that for you guys, the viewers.
No, they need to know how we discussed about this. They need to know what our thought process was. At least for this of all things.
Sure.
Worst case scenario for I'm out?
Ash does something reckless with the bombs and causes a huge detrimental loss of life to people that don't deserve it.
And then
across the eye.
And then hardliners are like,
and then
see, look at this.
Are immediately like, hey, look what refugees will do in order to get into the eye.
Hey, you know what I think the worst case scenario is from I'm in? We die. Somehow.
That'd be cool.
I think that's the worst case scenario.
But do we die for a cause worth fighting for?
Yes. Yeah, I'd say so. Would you?
Yeah. There's been worse causes to die for.
There are.
Nothing mattered before, huh? We could just do what we want.
No, it's like we were so free, and now what happens if we get labeled as something again?
I know.
We're already still a sleeper.
We are.
That in and of itself is tough.
Are you gonna let the labeling of a system that kept us down, that we were free of, and the threat of reappearing, stop us from doing a decision that could help others?
Both of these could help others, Vince. Let's not say that
Yeah.
it won't.
I don't know. I just don't trust Havenage. I think that Havenage sits around too much and doesn't take the actions that are needed, and are willing to let bad things happen for the sake of proving a point instead of actually preventing bad things from happening.
I don't trust Ash because I think that Ash is willing to do bad things to prove a point.
Yes, but who do you think, but who do you think we'd be able to convince more? Havenage as a whole or Ash?
That's a good point.
At least this way, we are next to the walking bomb.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I think it's the first time that we've fully disagreed on
Yeah.
something. On a choice. Most of the times we've been able to either convince each other or just be like, we're ready. We know what we want to choose. We talked about this for 20 minutes? No, 10. I don't like it. But I also don't really
We
like
just not
I'm
do
Out.
the DLC. How about that? We just don't have to know how it ends.
I'm in.
Okay.
Okay then. Onward.
We also don't know enough about Helene. All we know is that she's working on Havenage and knows things are going on and wants us to stop it so that democracy has a chance.
I feel like these guys are it's an Ankita level of not telling us something.
Yeah, and it feels bad. And I don't know.
Now I don't trust either of them.
I know, but we have to make. We can't just leave. I mean, we can't just leave and let fate take its course. But that doesn't really seem.
Last chance
Like
to
a
prepare.
move.
A certain kind of grim determination settles in the room.
Okay.
We still have 2 days.
Okay.
There we go.
See, this just shows that it was meant to be. The fact that we got such good rerolls.
I don't know about that.
No, that's how I'm gonna phrase it to me.
All right, that's
Yeah.
fine. Whatever makes you feel better. Because I know you didn't like that there was a decision to begin with.
I was like, oh, nice little story. Just go through it, you know. Just do the cycles as they come up, and we'll get a nice little outcome. Everything works out well.
Oh my god,
Dude,
man.
what if we end this? The entire grenade just blows up.
I know.
No access
I
anymore.
know,
That'd
I
be
know.
crazy.
Pete grins as you pile the ion thruster sets onto the motorized trolley in a derelict loading bay. I borrowed this from Ash. I barely know. I don't like you anymore, Pete. You're so set on helping Ash.
Yeah, all from a savior complex of,
Yes.
which is fine.
Which is fine.
It's understandable to have that level of like, you know.
But we're not you.
yeah,
And so we can't really justify. We've done it. We've done it. We've done it. We've thrown a lot in with these
Yeah.
people.
let's go.
Isn't it just a trolley? I guess so. I just find physical technology a bit intimidating. They help you heave the thruster into position. My specialty was computer systems. I mostly worked on keeping the protocols that ran the refueling platforms from totally decaying due to lack of use. There's a load of platforms in orbit of the moon Hawthorne is on, and Cinder itself. Ash and I ended up having to head out to them regularly to work on them.
What if we didn't even say that we met with Helene? What do you think that conversation goes? Do you think they still managed to find it from the drone, or do you think it's like?
I don't think that's necessarily true.
I don't know either. I'm like I wonder, like
Should
how
we
many
have
branching?
hidden
Yeah, that-
it? You were so right though, and so valid with the idea that maybe we could have, like, brought the two
Yeah.
and like, you know.
to work on it together instead of like.
100%, I feel like we made the right decision there.
Yeah.
Open communication and not letting this blow up in our faces, because
Yeah.
the odds that Ash does something even more radical when they find out that we are trying to espionage them,
Yeah.
worse.
Like what if we're so far in deep and then like the information comes out and it's like, oh, you were double playing us this entire time.
Are
It's
you?
like-
Are you? Now I can't trust anything
Yeah.
that you say.
Yeah, exactly.
Ay, ay, ay. This is awful. Sounds technical. That was the best job at Hawthorne. You get assigned a ship, you get to leave the colony for a bit. So much better than outpost maintenance or canteen work. The only reason we got assigned it was that Ash's mother is the administrator of Hawthorne, and Ash managed to get my name on the list too. Ash was always saving me.
Now there's like a dialogue to be had if Ash is just using Peak.
Can you
because
imagine?
They have, like,
Can you imagine the idea that that Peak is just like, I don't know who you are anymore, Ash, because Ash has done something.
Yeah.
And they're like,
I mean,
they're
that'd
like,
be cool to witness it.
that would be amazing to witness, and it would be lovely character writing. But oh my God, I want to die.
Yeah.
Peak looks at the thrusters. Ash will install these, and the Briar's her baby, really. I was surprised she could bring herself to take it from her mother, losing a ship that has to have hurt the colony.
Oh wow.
What is her mother like?
Yeah.
Tough. You'd have to be to keep control of a services outpost with no services to provide. It's a tough place overall, Hawthorne, and Ash's mom, she likes it that way. Peak shuffles the trolley out of the bay into the corridor. They'll manage without the Briar. No choice. And I have to admit, I'd love to have seen her face when she saw we had gone. Don't tell Ash that. God. Okay. Okay. Once these are fitted, the bar will handle better than ever. You might even get a thank you from Ash. See you soon. It's done.
Yeah, let's go down, right? There's nothing...
Now we just wait?
Yeah.
I hate this.
It sucks.
We can finish the side reel. Look at it, it's almost done.
Yeah.
This one is actually different, I think. It's all actually almost done. You wanna?
Sure.
Okay. Your crew slowly filters out of the shipyard locker room, the bubbling chatter reducing with each group that leaves. There is excitement in the air. Havenage just made an announcement. The assembly teams are done. Sat on the locker room bench, you can feel the side reel out there, its hulking mass now intimately familiar to you. Over the past cycles, you have watched it grow, be assembled. You've walked through its veins and welded its bones. Now it is ready for the final stage. It will go to testing now, then enter a final process of sealing and resealing, checking and rechecking before it is deemed suitable for its generational trip. But for now, your work is done. You can't help but feel proud. A cough interrupts your thoughts. It's Lem, changing out of his work gear. Mina nowhere to be seen. He smiles.
She'll be ready soon.
Where's Mina?
You two are fast friends, huh? You can watch at home. Now I'm on the work team, I can afford a bit more help.
Nice.
Was on the work team, I mean. We're all out of a job now. Not that I'm complaining.
Lem comes to sit beside you on the bench.
She's got to be in her best shape when she carries you, Mina, and me out of here. So confident.
So confident? Lem smiles apologetically.
Why not? I figure I'm due a lucky turn by now.
He rubs his hands nervously.
No use in wondering. What if? Until the draw anyway. And there's a few cycles till then.
Lem is right, but the odds seem unlikely anyway. How many are working in the shipyard? Hundreds? 1,000? You've certainly seen more faces than you can count pass through. And are the Celis Foundation even going to keep their promise? Out here on the Eye, you get the sense that no one will hold them to it. Why else would they be building the side reel in a surrogate system? As you think, Lem watches you with a worried look.
You want to learn about Celis or how Mina's doing?
What do you think?
No, we are Celis Foundation. We know nothing about it. Lem apparently knows something about it. The Foundation?
He thinks?
I'm not sure I know much more than you. Damn it, man. I
It's
hear
fine.
they have a plan in mind for the side reel. Something temperate and habitable. I think they're run by some rich folk from the core. People interested in doing things different.
Different how?
Yeah. Well, I guess they don't like the way the core runs things. All these surrogate systems, like this one, feeding resources into their silos. Pyramid of sorts, and we're at the bottom layer. I guess Celis wants to change that. I'd rather keep my mind on the prize, so to speak. I don't much care what they are for or against, as long as they can help us get out of here.
He sighs.
You ever been in a thunderstorm sleeper? A real big one?
Don't remember.
No?
Lem shoots you a worried look for a moment.
It's something else.
He smiles.
The sound, the smell, the rain hammering down, the whole sky stretched out and bruised, roaring and huge. The place I was born, New Pembroke, a dry old rock in a Conway system, had 2 seasons. One of them was as dry as bone, dusty, ugly. The other was one long storm, side effect of the terraforming efforts, they said. Rain used to rattle off the roofs like bullets, and wash the dust away, turn the streets to rivers. It'd sing us to sleep and wake us in the morning. We'd wait half a year just to see it again. The best day was the one where the first drops fell. Some days, I wake up swearing I can hear it again. I was thinking, Mina's never seen a storm, never even felt rain. She's grown up here, the ring her only horizon, always in the dark. I want to change that for her.
You will.
Yeah, for sure, homie.
At the very least, you will. Maybe not us, but you will.
Of course, almost there. Well, let's get back to the little one anyway. With the shifts done, I reckon she'll be happy to have me home for a few cycles. See you in a few further draw?
Well,
Ooh.
I don't even know if we'll be there.
Oh, God. Say, well, damn, let's see I'll be there. I think he's holding up hope. Right on.
Lem leaves, making you the last person in the cavernous locker room. As you sit, you think about rain. And a little hope creeps in. Is it possible? Could the side reel really take you to a planet, a place with weather, with skies, with life? You get up quickly before you can think about it anymore. It's too soon to hope. Too dangerous. There's work to be done.
It's our cycle clock.
Too many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. Oh,
Are we even going to leave the
what's
hub?
that bottom one?
Oh, the draw's in 3. And the side reel leaves in 6?
Oh! You know? Maybe that's all. No! The plan! The plan!
Ah! I knew we should have said we were out! She's gonna blow something up. Right? Right? I'm lightheaded. I don't like this. She's gone, Sleeper. She started the run without us. You say it. You say it.
Man. Shit.
Let's go. If we head to the cordon now, Peak starts back up the corridor. She has to make it, Sleeper. She has to. I hope you know what you are doing. Oh. Ah, crap. You arrive frantic and anxious at the cordon. Peak is nowhere to be seen. Then you hear footsteps hammering on the metal stairway Helene's drone led you through before, the one that leads up to the observation deck. You leap up the stairs two at a time and make it to the top, momentarily blinded by the light pouring into the observation deck. Jeez. Sleeper, she's just... I know she's trying to protect me, but...
For God, what was she thinking,
What was she thinking? She was always planning this, I know it. How could I have not seen it coming? There she is! Peak rushes to the wide window.
Dude, what if he gets shot down? That'd be nuts!
Leaning forward,
she's gonna make it!
Leaning forward to catch a glimpse of the Climbing Briar's blue XPR livery against the black of the void. You spot the Climbing Briar, a glint of blue and white, and beside it the red glare of a tug's lights. The tug crew went with her!
Okay.
Peak smiles. I knew they'd keep their word.
Okay, that'll help.
That'll help. Peak doesn't seem to hear you, but the idea of the crew backing Ash up makes you smile. Maybe this thing will work. You watch as the Briar and its tug escort arc down towards the edge of the cordon, demarcated by the red lights of the perimeter system. So far, so good. The Briar will just look like another refugee ship being escorted into the cordon, at least at a glance. Peak grips the rail as Ash reaches the edge of the cordon, the invisible net of sensors splayed between ships and drones. Now let's hope the blind spot triggered. You think back to the mess of systems you had to wade through to set it up, the delicate contingencies you set up to trigger the sensor blackout at just the right moment. Without noise, without ceremony, the Briar slides through the cordon. You await the flickering of alarm lights, the swarming of drones, but nothing. Just another cycle, just another ship. Ash is in. Both you and Peak let out the breath you've been holding and laugh. How did she do it? Peak smiles, shaking their head.
Hey, we did
it. Yes, we did. They laugh. You feel a little shaky from the tension, but Peak's ease helps you settle. You imagine Ash, steely-eyed, in the pilot seat of the Briar, searching for a place to dock. Maybe being stubborn has its advantages.
Yeah, homie, you good?
You okay? Me? I think that took years off my life. But I gotta hand it to Ash. She was right. You and Peak turn back to the window, looking for the Briar again amongst all those hulls, the calm fading as new worries settle in. You spot the Briar first this time, docking with the largest of flotilla ships, a vast converted tanker, half of its protective plates removed. You think about the effort it must have taken to get that thing all the way here from the inner system. You watch the Briar, unable to get any sense of progress from its placid exterior. They will be offloading everything now, Peak says, both assuring you and themselves that everything is going according to plan. You think of all the supplies loaded into the Briar and how long the process of unloading them might take. The bay was packed, rammed with everything you could offer, and the thought of bringing all that to the flotilla makes you smile. You think of the reaction of the refugees, of the welcome they'll give Ash as the bearer of such gifts. You even imagine a smile from Ash as she is showered with thanks. You focus on that as you watch the Briar and continue the nervous wait for it to finish unloading. Hey, brother.
Yo.
This feels like this is leading up to a massive explosion.
I hope it does. That'd be sick. Best ending. Oh.
It's breaking off! Peak points at the Briar and you see the puff of air and dust that accompanies an emergency depressurization. Ash must have ended things early, but why? Then you see them, the tugs closing in on the Briar. Havenage must have spotted the ship. You and Peak are up against the window again, willing the Briar a safe path out of the flotilla.
Yeah.
There you go. Suddenly, the Briar ship's in space, a blue blur between two hulls. Peak whistles. Look at that! Looks like those upgrades we put together work. You watch as Ash cuts through the crowded flotilla, the tugs not daring to follow her dangerous path and peeling away. It is hard to keep track of the Briar, and suddenly both you and Peak are searching the black for a sign. Where has she gone? Then all of a sudden, she's out. Blue against the black, pulling away from the cordon on a wide arc back towards the station. A clean run. Hey. Did we misunderstand what was happening here?
I told you, this whole plan here was them running over there to give supplies to the refugees.
No, I know, but... does that mean that we were arguing over nothing and that they're, like, making the run, getting supplies to them, we manage it and nothing bad happens? Good.
Yeah.
But they're going to have an argument anyways, like, look at this! Illegally slipping through the, you know?
Yeah. That's like, I think that's like the idea.
You think that's the idea?
Right?
Okay.
But no alarms triggered, and it's hard to track. But I think they just said somebody ran the cordon to...
But they can't prove it, necessarily? Or maybe they can?
They can, but it's like, okay, an undocumented ship peeled away through the cordon and delivered something to the refugees and then left. And like, that's all they can really, like, talk about, right? Because they don't have...
I don't like any of this.
I know.
We did do it, Peak, but at what cost? Regardless, they're happy. They beam uncontrollably at you, the tension released. You find yourself smiling too, smiling at these two beautiful idiots in their beautiful ship. Then Peek is hugging you, squeezing you with all the nervous energy that had been building. Thank you, Sleeper. We did this together. They step back, still smiling. We did something. Come on, let's meet her.
No, doesn't that feel good? No, doesn't that feel good?
Not really.
Oh, I feel pretty good.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't.
Cool. Cool.
I'm worried about where do the explosives go? Where are they?
I know, it was a quick...
Quick one.
It was a quick one.
You and Peek rush into the briar, finding themselves in the now empty... What if she had contacts on the other side that she funneled the explosives to and they're going to do something with
That'd
them?
be cool.
The change is a reminder of what you achieved, and looking around, you feel all the more satisfied. A hiss sounds at the far end of the bay, and Ash enters looking exhausted. Peek runs up to embrace her, but she just sits down on the bay floor before they can reach her. You did it, they sit beside her. Ash, you were incredible. She smiles a small smile at this, laying her head on Peek's shoulder. You suddenly feel like you were intruding, seeing the two of them like this, quiet and content. Should we, though? Peek, I don't know. Ash, and this is you. Oh, wait, no, yes, Ash, did you give the flotilla our chairs? They both burst out laughing at the ridiculousness of it all, at the exhaustion and the worry and everything else. You laugh, too. It is impossible not to, and after a while, you all come to a stop. Peek wiping their eyes, and Ash shaking her head.
Do you think it was they shut up? Like, everything has to go. They're like, what about the... Take it off.
Take the chairs.
What? Okay.
You would have loved to see it, Sleeper. Yeah, sorry.
You would have loved to see it, Sleeper. The welcome I got. They came to greet the ship once I docked, to offload the supplies. I told them I was coming, of course, as soon as I got inside the cordon, but there were so many. Children, families, they were smiling at me, shaking my hand. Sol was there too, Peek, and he's just as gruff as he sounds over the comms. They took it all, crate after crate, until the ship was emptied out. They did take the explosives. But there were so many, and even with everything we managed to bring, they needed more. They made me promise I would try to come back. That sucks.
Ash, you know we can't do that twice.
What are we supposed to do? Wait for them to lift the quarantine?
Ash, we barely managed this.
Come on, homie. We did what we could.
I think this is where Helene comes in.
Yeah, we gotta do more on this side now.
If she does it all.
If she can, yeah.
Peek tries to pull her back down. Sit, Ash, rest. You have done enough for today.
Don't, Peek. I know my limits.
Okay, Ash, come on, man. Not like this. Okay, well, seeing as they didn't catch you, perhaps they will lift it. They know the flotilla poses no danger now. And if they can account for the extra load on the life support... Ash walks away toward the ladder that leads up into the upper part of the ship.
I need a rest, Peek.
She holds up a hand.
Sleeper?
Then she limps up the ladder step by painful step.
Doctor?
I'm afraid if you were expecting a change in Ash's demeanor...
At least she's honest,
Yeah, at least she's honest. I think I need some rest, too. They put a hand on your shoulder and get up from the floor. We couldn't have done this without you, Sleeper. And I know those in the flotilla would thank you, too.
Go rest, huh?
Peek limps up the ladder, too, leaving you alone on the metal floor of the bay. Your thoughts drift to all those people on the flotilla, sleeping and sitting on metal floors like this. Children, families, playing in cargo bays and repurposed fuel tanks. At least they have some chairs now.
Mm-hmm.
You know the story isn't over yet, and you look forward to meeting them. The quarantine will lift. You feel more sure of this fact every moment, even though you aren't sure why. You lie back on the metal and stare at the ceiling. What was it Fang told you Erlin said? The eye opens for us all? Maybe the old guy was right. A home for the lost. You like the idea of that. Maybe in time, you can help make that a reality. But something is bothering you. A sliver of a thought like a splinter you can't extract. Why are thousands of refugees coming here now? People don't abandon their homes for nothing. What wave is rushing through the system? And when will it reach the eye? You shudder on the cold metal floor and get up. Something is coming. You can feel it. This isn't over.
But this episode is. But actually, how many? So we got 3 cycles.
3 cycles,
on
yes. 3 cycles.
Flux, the Gathering Storm.
Yeah, Refuge begins when the cycle clock. Yeah, the next episode begins when it's complete. What does that cycle clock say? What's done is done. Now all you can do is wait to see what happens next in the next episode.
Sure.
Did we save?
Yeah, that definitely was. The conversation didn't last 21 seconds.
Yeah, I guess we are done. Well, with 2 upgrade points and a whole lot of regret, we're done. I don't know. I don't know what was the right choice. I feel like we made our choice.
Yeah,
I think we made a choice.
Right choice. I think it's what path you want to go. I don't think there's like.
I think we made our choice in line, hopefully, with what our sleeper's been doing.
Yeah.
I think that, I might have preferred to do I'm out, but I acquiesced here, and I'm okay with that because we committed, and it went We managed it.
Yeah.
So at least I don't have that bad aftertaste of we committed and we screwed up. So, you know. And there is something to be said about the way that we are handling, like, that they needed us.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we're handling the whole, that whole situation as refugees.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it helps with, I don't know, it helps helping out the little guys, you know?
Yeah,
but
100%.
Again, it's the concern on, where are they running from made me think, like, maybe the refugees are all bad people. If there's children and family, they're not all bad people. But, again, the bigger concern is what is causing everyone to leave.
And with us doing this, I'm worried about Helene. I'm worried about what she will and won't be able to do. And now is she, like, going to be a villain?
No.
Who knows?
Only
but
one way to find out.
Only one way to find out. We hope that you guys enjoyed that. We definitely did. And we will see you guys in the next episode. So for now, have a good rest of your day. Try to. I don't know, man. I'm tired. And we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.